Good morning, everyone. It's January 17th, 2020. I'm Eric. This one comes from Michael Schneider from the Economic Collapse blog. However, it is posted at shtfplan.com. 7 major Earth changes that are happening right now that everyone needs to know about. On top of our world's governments doing what they do, we also have to worry about what the planet is doing. And a lot of things are happening that is distressing, to say the least. Let's get into it. By the way, if you agree or like my videos, as humble and imperfect as they are, please do give me a thumbs up, a subscribe, a share, and a PayPal link is below. I hate saying that. It makes me feel ugly. But I am, so there's that. There's never been a time in modern history, human history, when our planet has been changing as rapidly as it is right now. The sun is behaving very strangely. Freakishly cold weather is breaking out all over the world, yet ocean temperatures continue to rise. Volcanoes all over the globe are shooting ash miles into the air. Australia is experiencing the worst wildfires that they have ever seen, and the North Magnetic Pole has been moving at a pace that is deeply alarming to scientists. Now, let me talk briefly about the Australia thing. There has been a firefighter caught starting fires, at least 17 of them, in Australia. So I would say that it is a stretch to call these fires wild. They are contrived, just like the fires in California. Could it be possible that all of this bizarre activity is leading up to some sort of crescendo? Sadly, most people don't even realize what is happening, and that is because the mainstream media only emphasizes stories that will fit a particular narrative that they happen to be pushing. It's your SUV's fault that the planet is changing. It's the cow farts. It's everything but what it actually is. But it has gotten to the point where nobody can deny that really weird shit is happening. The following are 7 major Earth changes that are happening right now that you should know about. Number 1. And listen, some of these sources Michael Schneider is using are questionable, like NASA. How many years have they been saying, it's humans' fault for climate change? Then all of a sudden, they change their mind. I'm not saying that people aren't allowed to change their minds. I'm just saying I find it to be suspicious. because they could have told the truth all along and given humanity a better understanding of what is about to happen to us and how to prepare for it. But instead, they lie, and lie some more, having people prepping for shit they have no idea what's really going to happen. This is why you should prep for everything. I know that sounds impossible, but you should do your best. All right. Number 1. According to NASA, solar activity has dropped to the lowest level in 200 years. The following comes from the official NASA website. The forecast for the next solar cycle says it will be the weakest of the last 200 years. The maximum of this next cycle, measured in terms of sunspot number and a standard measure of solar activity level, could be 30 to 50% lower than the most recent one. The results show that the next cycle will start in 2020 and reach its maximum in 2025. And of course, NASA insists that everything will be just fine, but others are wondering if this lack of solar activity could potentially spawn another mini ice age. When solar activity gets really low, it can have the effect of a mini ice age. The period between 1645 and 1715 was marked by a prolonged sunspot minimum, and this corresponded to a downturn in temperatures in Europe and North America, named after astronomer Edward Maunder and his wife, Annie Russell Maunder. It's known as the Maunder minimum. This period, I just said it. It's also known as the Little Ice Age. Number 2. When solar activity gets very low, it has traditionally meant very cold and very snowy winters. And right now we are seeing snow in places that are extremely unusual. The Egyptian capital, Cairo, has also turned white at the start of the month, despite the city not having snow in 112 years and experiencing less than an inch of rain each year. Many parts of Greece were covered in snow in early January with low temperatures and strong frosts. Now, I'm going to have problems pronouncing this name, but I'll give it a try. So please forgive me if I mispronounce and butcher this. The cold front name, Hephesation? Could be. Probably should have copied and pasted it and listened to how it was pronounced, but that's okay. After an ancient Greek army general thrashed the Greek landscape, bringing rain, sleet, ice in the east. Number 3. Meanwhile, the oceans of the world just keep getting hotter and hotter. In fact, ocean temperatures off the California coast have been setting new all-time record highs. It is odd that this is taking place at the time of such low solar activity, but according to NBC News, this is definitely happening. Not that any of these news channels can be trusted with any sort of truth. The world's oceans hit their warmest levels in recorded history in 2019, according to a study published Monday that provides more evidence that the Earth is warming at an accelerated pace. But it's not. The ocean is. The analysis, which also found that ocean temperatures in the last decade have been the warmest on record, shows the impact of human-caused warming on the planet's oceans and suggests that sea level rise, ocean acidification, and extreme weather events could worsen as the oceans continue to absorb so much heat. Now, there's a conflict of information here. And this is the problem with these people. How can the oceans be absorbing heat if we're in a solar minimum? You see, I'm not here to pretend as if I know what's going on. I'm here to show you the contradictions in the data presented to the public. Number 4. There have always been wildfires, but we have never seen anything like this. And I'm going to stop right there. It has been found that most of these fires have been started by somebody with ill intentions. But I'll continue. During the summer, countless catastrophic fires burned millions upon millions of acres in the Amazon rainforest. And this winter, Australia's fires have actually been a total of 46% larger than the fires that we witnessed in the Amazon. And of course, all these fires is going to aid in cooling things down. It's going to block the sun in a lot of places. Australia has never seen anything like this before, and according to NASA, the smoke from these fires will completely circle the Earth, making it colder. Once was bad enough, but smoke from Australia's devastating bushfires is set to return to the I don't really like how this is worded, so I'm going to go ahead and paraphrase here. Once was bad enough, but smoke from Australia's devastating bushfires is going to return the country to complete a round-the-world trip that has seen it impact on air quality as far away as South America. By January 8th, the smoke had made its way halfway around the world and will make at least one full circuit, according to scientists at NASA. Again, really can't trust the scientists at NASA. They never a straight answer. But they cite satellite tracking data. New Zealand experienced severe air quality issues, while hazy skies and colorful sunsets and sunrises were seen in parts of Chile and Argentina. Number 5. And I don't see how they can say this because we're not even fully through the first month of 2020. But I'll go ahead and quote it as it's written. Number 5. During the first half of 2020, volcanoes all over the world have been roaring to life and have been shooting giant clouds of hot ash miles into the sky. For example, in the Philippines, the Taal volcano shot ash 9 miles into the air on Sunday. It has also been shooting scorching hot lava half a mile into the air, and the ground around the volcano is starting to crack wide open. But even after all the devastation that we have already seen, authorities are warning that it could re-explode at any moment. The gray ash is knee-deep. It covers the homes, the bloated cadavers of cows and horses, their limbs protruding at unnatural angles in the shadow of a sulking volcano that could re-explode at any moment. My home is now gone, said Melvin Mendoza, 39, a boatman who returned on Tuesday to Taal, the volcano island in the middle of a freshwater lake, just 40 miles south of Manila, which is the capital of the Philippines, which erupted on Sunday like an atomic bomb mushroom cloud. Let us hope that this volcanic activity does not spread throughout that general area, because the largest supervolcano caldera in the entire world has been discovered not too far from the Philippines. And again, one thing can lead to another, including members from GNS Science have identified an ancient mega volcano that could have the largest known caldera on Earth. The 93.2 mile wide feature is on the crest of Benham Rise, an oceanic plateau off the Philippines coast. In comparison, the caldera at Tapo is about 21.8 miles wide, and that at Yellowstone about 37.3 miles wide. Number 6. All of this is taking place while the North Magnetic Pole is moving toward Russia at a very rapid pace. The following comes from all places, CNN. Again, we cannot necessarily trust the words of CNN or CBS or any of them, but I will continue anyway. The North Magnetic Pole has been slowly moving across the Canadian Arctic toward Russia since 1831, but its swift pace toward Siberia in recent years, at a rate of around 34 miles per year, has forced scientists to update the world magnetic model used by civilian navigation systems, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization and U.S. and Britain militaries a year ahead of schedule. And of course, all of you know this has already happened. Number 7. On top of everything else, the Earth's magnetic field has been steadily weakening over time. And this has some experts extremely concerned. In a forum on Quora, science fiction writer and journalist C. Stuart Hardwick revealed that satellite data such as those collected by European Space Agency Swarm mission reveal that the magnetic field has been weakening for about 5%, and 4 probably isn't a good word there. Should say at about 5% each century. He noted that currently the strength of the magnetic field is at 29.5 microteslas, which is 14% weaker than its previous state 3 centuries ago, according to Hardwick. The swarm satellites detected increased deterioration within regions of the magnetic field over North America. He said these regions weakened by about 3.5% over the span of just 3 years. So about 1% a year. Without our magnetic field, life on Earth could not exist for long. And it doesn't have to disappear completely to be a massive problem. It's simply, if it simply gets weak enough, dwelling on the surface is going to become exceedingly difficult. As I keep warning, our planet is becoming increasingly unstable, and what we have experienced so far is just the beginning. Now, I'm going to go ahead and bring my ugly ass face up here. I get a lot of criticism for my belief in Planet X. I've gotten a lot of shit in the comment section. And that's okay. And it could be one of many, many explanations. I have read the 14 tablets of Enki. I have read the Oxford translations of the Sumerian tablets. A lot of people like to criticize Zecharia Sitchin because he refused to debate somebody. Look, some people are good at debating. Some people aren't. What if Mr. Sitchin simply knew he wasn't good at debating? But I've read these translations from both the Oxford website and Zecharia Sitchin's work. And what is going on right now matches exactly the events that unfolded back then. And the cause of those events back then, according to these tablets, are a result of another planet interacting with our solar system. And we should expect another major flood. Now, a lot of people will criticize me for citing these tablets, and that's fine. Again, I'm not here because I know everything. I don't know everything. I don't know what happened back then. All I know is I read the material and it matches to the T what's going on now. And the cause of the climate changing back then was that planet beginning to interact with our solar system. I don't know, though. I don't know if I'm right or not. But it is certainly a possibility. The people of that time, the human beings, they had no way of knowing how many planets we had or have. They had no way of knowing their sizes relative to each other. They had no way of knowing the orbits, among a lot of other stuff. So who then provided that information? I leave that one up to you. Thought I would share this with you. It's gone on a fairly long video here. Don't want to take too much of your time. I hope you all have a great day, and till next time, kill the state, live free.